Guys, I have to be fully honest. The vegan diet failed me in that it did not make me gold and it did not make my grew 3 inches larger. Obviously, I'm still vegan and I'm vegan since 5 years and right now in the best shape of my freaking life. So here's me flexing my six-pack. Yep. And here's me doing a 1-arm pull-up. Yep. But there are 3 real downsides of the vegan diet that nobody really shares with you, but I think you need to know before you start it. Are you ready, guys? Let's hit it. Number 1, let's talk about poop. After about 2 weeks on a vegan diet, a good friend of mine came up to me and proudly stated that, buddy, my is so big, I have trouble flushing. Well, while we both laughed, there's some honest truth in that. You see, the majority of our poop is bacteria, and the more bacteria you have in your colon, which is a good thing, the more you will The downside here is that our Western toilets aren't really made for a gigantic amount of shit. And if I, for example, increase my fiber intake to about 50 grams plus a day, which is about double of the recommended or the minimum daily intake, recommended is way higher actually, meaning eating a lot of freaking vegetables, I have trouble flushing and I really shit a lot. This goes on the line of too much information, but I think you need to know this. Now, generally, pooping is still a pleasant experience, especially because you have zero constipation when you have enough fiber. So it's just like you go on the toilet and it's like, and then you finish. So it's actually quite a cool experience, but it's still like if you're not used to 2 times a day and with more loads than usual, then it's probably a new experience for you. It's similar to when you finally start drinking enough water and you need to go to the toilet 2 or 3 times a day. Is this bad? No, it's actually a good thing. I think that's the price that we pay to be healthy. Am I right? Number 2 downside, partner selection. So most people on this planet actually don't want to deal with a person that excretes gigantic amount of shit. On top of that, you don't want to deal with partners that don't accept you the way you are, with your gigantic amount of shit. You also don't want to have people that claim that you are protein deficient or urge you to minimize your hummus intake because you don't need that negativity in your life. I actually have a joke when people ask me if I have a girlfriend. I just respond with yes, she's vegan, and then slowly raise my hand. Do you get it? If you don't get it, you're probably too young to watch this content. In all seriousness, the more you develop yourself and the more you get off the track of majority, the harder it is to find a partner. Paradox here is actually that you will have more options. So there are more sexual opportunities, at least if you're a man, because most people are intrigued by a risk taker. They're intrigued by a person that does things differently, but it will be harder for you to get intrigued by a person yourself. Why? Because you go against the grain and you go against majority. Likely you're searching for a person that is doing the same. But guys, if that doesn't work, number 3, you will alienate people. Next to unloading gigantic amount of excrements and spending more time with yourself, you will also alienate more people. Let's be real, if you develop yourself, if you go vegan, if you start a business, for example, people think you're crazy. But there's a saying by Mark Twain that states, whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. Conventional wisdom is almost always wrong. And a lot of people that change or have changed the world have been considered crazy or minimize social contact. Take a look at Elon Musk, for example. Elon Musk is never seen in public. Steve Jobs was a huge freaking weirdo and a real freaking apparently. Gandhi was considered crazy by multiple people, and so was Nelson Mandela. I'm just now reading the biography by Richard Branson called Losing My Virginity, and the thing is, the best way to describe Richard Branson is crazy. It's crazy. But if people call you crazy and you're not actually killing people or something, or doing some other stupid shit, it's actually a good thing. See, right is right, even if everyone is against it, and wrong is wrong, even if everyone is for it. Conclusion: the vegan diet failed me. The vegan diet failed me as it didn't prepare me for a gigantic amount of partner selection and people alienation. Realize that whichever decision you make in life, whichever goals you have, they will come with problems. They're not all sunshine and rainbows. For example, if you buy a huge house, while it gives you some sort of comfort, it will also come with gigantic amount of bills and gigantic amount of willpower that you will lose for managing that house. If you buy yourself a cool car, for example, or a cool watch, you will constantly fear that you're losing that thing that you have. While it might look cool, while it might gain you some status, you will still face the problems of not wanting to lose it, loss aversion. Look, a problem-free lifestyle is impossible. Yet if you are watching this video, live in a civilized nation, so you likely have the freedom of choice. So while you cannot eliminate personal suffering, you can choose the things that you will gladly suffer for. The mission of this YouTube channel is to put veganism across the goal line. If you want to help us achieve that, like and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Let's make food production great again.